Hi guys, Ambercraft here. So today I wanted to talk about setting a pace that works for you during Nano. Now, we all know in October we are figuring out what our outline is going to be, we are figuring out what story we're going to write, or whether we're going to continue writing another story, as I will be doing during Nano, to finish a story. Now, whether you're a pantser or a plotter, there's a good assumption when you're trying to write 50k in a month that you've got some sort of outline in your head, or a continuing outline, in my case, to finish the novel. Whether it's the bare bones, overly detailed, or just an idea in your mind, the goal is to write almost 1,200 words every day. Now, for some people, it's not an easy task or a thing you can do every day to write 1,200 words. But when you add it up, 1,200 words a day is almost 12,000 a week. Now, if your goal is 11,667 words in a week, not everyone has time to do a 10k day either. Now, if doing your daily word count and trying to hit that every day seems daunting, try this. Take your novel and the estimated length you think it's going to be. Separate it into sections or acts, however you tend to write your books. Now you know how much you need to write per section. Now you can write 1,200 words a day in each section, or you can focus on one section. Don't think of the whole novel. Think of what you have to write in that section only. If you're a person that can skip around, write section 2. Write section 3. Write the ending. Write whatever is in your head most vividly. Now, if you know you write by sections, take that 50k, or the end of the novel, and divide each section by the end total you want to write. Now you know how many sections will get you to 50k. If you're like me and a whole book is 100k, I know that I probably need to write 25k a section. So I focus on that section only, and I worry about my word count as I'm writing. Now, we've always talked about focusing what makes you focus. Your music, your smells, time for sprints and things like that. And trust me, there will be a lot during Nano on Twitch and the YouTube. Now take everything that gets you creative and focus on that, whether it's a reward system to keep you focused on the writing and not the word count, or getting yourself in a creative space and getting yourself ready. Whether it's prepping while you're at work, thinking about what you're going to write next, or writing the scene down in the morning that you're going to be thinking about all day so that you can jot it down on notes, note cards, boards, things like that, and get yourself mentally prepared before you even sit down. Now, even if your outline is overly detailed, a book doesn't write itself, and an outline isn't a book. So you have to focus on what you're going to write. And if you sit down to write and you haven't read what you wrote the previous day or been thinking about it, it's going to be a lot harder to get the 1,200, much less the 12,000 in a week. It's all about finding the pace, finding what works for you. Separate the book into sections, separate it into chapters. Think about how much you need for that section alone, not how much you have to write in an entire month. Most people barely write 50,000 in a year, other than Nano if they do it. And even then they fail. I'm only sitting at 25,000 for the year so far because of moving and life. So 50k will finish my book. It will get me good for the year. And it will make me feel accomplished. But if I think about how much I have to write and how much the end goal has to be, I'm gonna procrastinate. It's about being honest with yourself, knowing what works for you, what doesn't, and having some realistic talks with the family, with friends, and letting them know what you're doing this month. Know how important it is to you, so that that's one less worry when you're pacing yourself for the book. Now, if you get behind, don't freak out. Worry about that section alone. Even if you don't get 50k in a month, you will have 1, 2, 3 sections down. You can add to your outline as you go, make changes as you go, or just write and fix it all in your alpha draft. I know for me, as long as I've been writing, I need a Kindle, I need a good soundtrack, no words, and something to inspire me. Usually I have my old typewriter or a picture up or something that inspires me for the story. I have my outline sitting beside me so I can reference it. When I wake up in the morning, I look at the last 2 paragraphs of what I've written, so I have it in my head all day when I have time and time allows or on lunch break. And if I have ideas, I have a notebook beside me all day to jot them down while I'm working, to figure into my outline for later. These are things I know help me, so they also help set my pace. Without them, I would sit down and have no idea what I was writing. I have a notebook for each book that I write that has the outline of everything I've written so far, and another page with everything I need to write. Now I don't check them off as I go because it doesn't work for me. But I make changes, I make notes in the outline, things I need to add later, things I think about, plot bunnies that pop up, or if you have an editor that likes to help you create more plot bunnies, then you know what I'm talking about. But I can't focus on how much I have to write as a total. I have to focus on a section at a time, a chapter at a time. If I don't get the whole book written, at least I'm down one more section. That's one more thing checked off my list. Act 1, Act 2, and it's done. Then I can go back later and freak out if I don't like it. But at least then, you're closer to 50K. Simple, sweet, that's all I've got. It's a very, very rainy day. Got the mood going, got it set, but just wanted you to know, you've got this, you are loved, and if you need help, DM me. Everything's down below. If you need someone to read over something, I'm very happy to do that, but let's not procrastinate this year. Let's get it done. Happy Halloween, and happy Nano, guys. Bye.